There's something profoundly comforting about walking into a home where rough-hewn wood meets smooth stone, where warm neutrals embrace natural light, and where every texture tells a quiet story of connection to the earth. Rustic modern design isn't just an aesthetic choice. It's an emotional language that speaks to our deepest need for authenticity in an increasingly polished world. This design approach bridges the gap between the raw, organic beauty of nature and the clean, intentional lines of contemporary living, creating spaces that feel both grounded and gracefully refined.
Welcome to Rustic Elegance. Let's embark on a journey through the beauty of rustic decor, celebrating the warmth, simplicity, and natural charm of this timeless design.
Rustic Modern Interior Color and Texture Guide. Pairing wood, stone, and neutrals. In 2025, as our lives grow more digital and fast-paced, the rustic modern interior has emerged as a sanctuary style, a gentle rebellion against the sterile and the synthetic. It's about honoring natural materials in their truest forms while embracing the simplicity and functionality of modern design. The magic happens in the details. The way morning light catches the grain of reclaimed oak, how a stone accent wall adds gravitas to an otherwise minimal room, or the warmth that spreads through a space dressed in earthy beiges and soft whites. This guide will walk you through the art of pairing wood, stone, and neutrals to create interiors that don't just look beautiful, they feel like home. One, the warm foundation, earthy neutrals that anchor the space. Soft neutrals and warm wood harmony, the living room foundation. In rustic modern living rooms, earthy neutrals like soft beige, taupe, and creamy whites set the tone for warmth and serenity. Picture a welcoming living space where light oak hardwood floors meet walls painted in warm off-white, anchored by a deep beige sectional sofa with caramel leather accent chairs. The secret lies in layering tones, when natural wood coffee tables, floating shelves in honey-stained pine, and subtle wheat-colored throw pillows work together. They create a grounded, timeless look that feels both lived in and refined. Think of your neutral palette as the quiet breath between words in a poem, essential, grounding, and allowing every other element to shine. A living room built on this foundation becomes the heart of your home, a space where family gathers naturally, where afternoon light pools invitingly across textured rugs, and where the warmth of wood and neutral tones makes everyone feel instantly at ease. Calming color trends for 2025 interiors. The kitchen as earthy sanctuary. The 2025 color direction leans toward warm minimalism, with kitchen palettes inspired by clay, sand, and stone. Imagine a modern rustic kitchen where sandy beige cabinetry pairs with terracotta tile backsplashes and warm concrete countertops. These natural hues complement rustic textures while softening modern lines, bringing harmony between rough and smooth elements. Designers are moving away from stark white kitchens, embracing instead the honeyed warmth of desert landscapes. Think cabinetry in warm taupe, walls in creamy latte tones, and open shelving in natural walnut that displays stoneware in shades of clay and sand. This shift reflects a collective yearning for kitchens that nurture rather than impress, that welcome rather than intimidate. When you design a kitchen with warm, neutral palettes, you create a space where morning coffee feels meditative, where cooking becomes creative therapy. layering light and shade for natural depth, transforming the bedroom retreat. In the bedroom, neutrals come alive under the right lighting to create your most personal sanctuary. Combine warm ambient lighting with textured accent walls, perhaps a reclaimed wood headboard wall or stone feature panel, to highlight depth and shadow play. Picture a bedroom with soft beige walls, crisp white bedding, and warm oak nightstands, illuminated by soft LED strips hidden behind the headboard, brass bedside sconces with fabric shades, and sheer linen curtains that filter morning sunlight into a golden glow. Two, textural storytelling, mixing wood, stone, and natural finishes. Rustic materials with a modern edge, the dining room statement. In 2025, dining rooms celebrate authentic textures. Raw wood grains, matte stone, and hand-woven fabrics mixed with clean-lined furniture to achieve that perfect rustic modern tension. Imagine a dining space where a massive reclaimed oak table with visible knots and age rings sits beneath a sleek matte black linear pendant light, surrounded by modern chairs upholstered in natural linen. Against one wall, a floor-to-ceiling stone accent panel provides dramatic texture, while the opposite wall features smooth, minimalist built-in cabinetry in warm walnut. The beauty of this approach lies in its honesty. Wood that shows its age rings and natural cracks, stone that retains its irregular surface, fabrics woven with slight variations that prove human hands were involved. These imperfections aren't flaws, they're signatures of authenticity. Balancing rough and refined surfaces, the bathroom spa experience. In the bathroom, pairing wood with stone isn't about uniformity. It's about creating balance that transforms daily routines into spa-like rituals. Picture a primary bathroom where rough-cut stacked stone covers one shower wall, while the adjacent walls feature smooth, honed marble tiles in soft beige. A floating vanity in smooth walnut or ash provides warm contrast against cool stone floors, topped with a vessel sink in natural river stone. When your bathroom design incorporates these contrasting finishes, you achieve that sculptural editorial look that modern rustic spaces are known for. It's an interplay between nature's raw beauty and refined human craftsmanship. Consider how polished concrete floors meet chunky wooden bath mats, or how a freestanding soaking tub in matte white ceramic sits before a wall of textured slate. Natural touches beyond the obvious. The home office sanctuary. Your home office deserves textural richness beyond standard furniture. Think of decorative elements like woven wall panels behind your desk, natural linen Roman shades on windows, handmade clay pen holders, and a large jute area rug underfoot that defines your workspace. These organic layers amplify your office's warmth while maintaining the clean, focused aesthetic that modern productivity demands. Picture a workspace where a sleek white desk sits atop weathered oak flooring, backed by a wall featuring a large macrame hanging in natural cotton. Woven baskets in seagrass provide practical file storage while adding visual texture. A desk lamp with a linen shade casts warm, focused light, while smooth river stone paperweights anchor important documents. Three, lighting that brings rustic textures to life. Natural light and earthy surfaces, the open concept living area. When it comes to rustic modern lighting and open concept spaces, natural light should be the hero that connects your living, dining, and kitchen zones. Design with large floor-to-ceiling windows, an open layout free of unnecessary walls, and soft linen curtains that filter rather than block sunlight as it travels across wood grains and textured walls throughout the day. Picture a great room where morning light first illuminates the kitchen's warm oak cabinetry, then travels across the dining table's reclaimed wood surface by midday, before finally pooling in the living area's stone fireplace corner by late afternoon, revealing the warmth of every natural material while evening shadows accentuate the depth of stone accent walls. Layered lighting for rustic warmth, the multifunctional family room. To achieve the perfect cozy glow in a family room that serves multiple purposes, layer your lighting strategically. Ambient, recessed ceiling lights on dimmers, task adjustable reading lamps beside seating areas, and accent, LED strips behind floating shelves or picture lights on artwork. In 2025, this layered lighting approach is trending in family rooms especially, with fixtures made from brass, wrought tan, or matte black metal, materials that feel timeless yet distinctly modern. Think of lighting as you would seasoning and cooking. Each layer serves a different purpose, and together they create something greater than the sum of their parts. Soft glow for emotional atmosphere, the intimate master suite. The key to making your master bedroom suite feel intimate and restorative is soft, diffused lighting that transforms the space from functional to sanctuary. Choose warm bulbs around 2,700K for all fixtures and let them cast a gentle glow on textured walls, perhaps a wood plank accent wall behind the bed or stone panels flanking a seating area. In the bedroom proper, avoid harsh overhead lighting entirely. Instead, use bedside table lamps with linen shades, wall-mounted sconces with warm Edison bulbs, and hidden LED strips behind the headboard that create a subtle halo effect. Harsh overhead lighting can flatten the beautiful textures you've carefully curated and wash out those warm wood tones, so prioritize fixtures that diffuse light through fabric shades or frosted glass, or use uplighting that bounces softly off the ceiling. 4. The art of balance. Color pairings that define rustic modern homes. Beige, white, and wood, the timeless trio, the welcoming entry hall. The most iconic rustic modern color palette for creating memorable first impressions blends light beige walls, crisp white trim and ceiling, and natural wood flooring in your entry hall. Picture stepping through the front door onto wide plank oak flooring and honey tones, greeted by walls in soft linen beige, with a modern console table in walnut holding a simple white ceramic bowl and fresh greenery. This trio creates visual balance. The neutrality of white trim provides breathing room and reflects natural light from your entry's window or glass door, making the space feel larger and more open. Beige acts as a warm mediator on the walls, preventing the palette from feeling too stark or clinical, while creating a welcoming transition from outdoors to your home's interior. Adding depth with olive, sage, and charcoal, the cozy reading nook. In 2025, designers are embracing muted greens and soft charcoals to add sophistication to dedicated reading nooks and library spaces within rustic interiors. Imagine a corner of your home transformed with a sage green feature wall providing a calming backdrop for floor-to-ceiling built-in bookshelves in natural oak, paired with a deep charcoal reading chair upholstered in performance linen. These subtle contrasts keep your reading space fresh and current, helping earthy interiors evolve into something refined and intellectually sophisticated. These colors work beautifully in intimate spaces because they're found in nature. Sage recalls dried herbs and silvery foliage, olive evokes Mediterranean groves, and charcoal references stone and shadow, but they add visual interest without jarring the eye when you're trying to focus on a book. Complementary accents for modern cohesion. The Powder Room Jewel Box. Don't forget the finishing touches that transform a small powder room into a jewel box of rustic modern style. Incorporate decor elements like a linen hand towel and natural flax hanging from a simple brass ring, terracotta pots holding succulents on the windowsill, or a handmade stoneware soap dispenser in soft gray, all in tonal harmony with your beige walls and wood vanity. The result is a balanced small space that reflects both rustic heart and modern precision, timeless, tranquil, and effortlessly elegant despite its compact size. These accent pieces might seem minor, but in a powder room where guests notice every detail, they're what give the space personality and warmth. Picture a collection of 3 hand-thrown ceramic vessels in varying shades of cream and sand, displayed on a floating reclaimed wood shelf above the toilet, each holding a single stem or small succulent. Five. Cozy modern living, creating a space that feels naturally luxurious. The emotion of texture and light, the luxury living room experience. Luxury in rustic modern living rooms isn't about excess, it's about feeling and the careful curation of quality materials. Combining warm lighting, neutral palettes, and tactile materials in your main living space gives the illusion of calm abundance, the sense that everything in the room has been chosen with intention. Imagine a living room where soft beige linen sofas sit under glowing brass pendant lights, dressed with textured wool and cotton cushions in cream and taupe, flanked by side tables made from reclaimed wood with live edges, and anchored by a plush wool area rug in natural undyed tones. Simple materials made beautiful through thoughtful contrast and impeccable craftsmanship. Designing for calm and connection, bringing nature indoors. The best rustic modern interiors feel connected to nature. include living elements like indoor plants, wooden sculptures, or stone planters. These pieces blur the line between indoors and outdoors, reinforcing that sense of grounded serenity. It's not just design, it's a way of living in rhythm with the natural world. Consider a fiddle leaf fig in a rough-hewn wooden planter, standing sentinel in a corner where morning light pools. Or a wall-mounted piece of driftwood serving as both art and nature's sculpture. Potted herbs on a kitchen windowsill in simple terracotta pots provide both visual warmth and sensory pleasure. Even water features, a small tabletop fountain with river stones, or a simple bowl of water with floating flowers, can introduce the calming sound and presence of nature. Everyday warmth and timeless appeal, the gift of enduring design. Rustic modern homes invite you to slow down. Whether it's the morning glow spilling through linen drapes or the evening reflection on a stone wall, every moment feels intentional. With earthy tones, gentle lighting, and natural finishes, you create a home that looks effortlessly elegant yet feels deeply personal, a true sanctuary of timeless design. This approach to design is inherently sustainable too. When you invest in quality materials that age beautifully and create spaces that transcend trends, you're building a home that won't need constant renovation or updating. Your wooden floors will develop a patina that tells the story of footsteps and family gatherings. Conclusion. Creating a rustic modern interior through the thoughtful pairing of wood, stone, and neutrals is ultimately an act of homemaking in its truest sense. It's about crafting spaces that honor both our need for contemporary simplicity and our deeper longing for connection to natural materials and earthy warmth. The color palettes we've explored, those warm beiges, soft whites, muted greens, and charcoals, work not because they're trendy, but because they resonate with something fundamental in how we experience comfort and beauty. The textures we've layered, rough stone against smooth wood, woven textiles alongside sleek surfaces, create a sensory richness that makes a house feel genuinely inhabited and loved. As you embark on your own rustic modern journey, remember that the best interiors aren't copied from magazines. They're discovered through experimentation, refined through living, and perfected through the small daily rituals that make a space truly yours. Start with one room, one corner, one wall. Choose materials that speak to you, colors that make you breathe easier, lighting that makes you want to linger. Let natural light guide your furniture placement. Allow your wood to show its grain and your stone to reveal its character. Most importantly, design a home that doesn't just look beautiful in photographs, but feels beautiful in every quiet morning and every gathering of loved ones. This is the promise of rustic modern design. A space that's as emotionally nourishing as it is visually stunning, as timeless as it is timely, and as welcoming today as it will be decades from now.